Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 54 of the Infinity and Beyond by DisKingdom. It's here at Roger in the United Kingdom, and we have Abe there in sunny California. And on this week's show, we have got a load of news information, including some D23 news, including 3 new characters being announced, our predictions, and what we think is going to happen. We also got information on Hulkbuster and the third wave, Hulkbuster, Ultron, and Darth Maul. And then we've also got some information on Speedway, quarter 3 results, and free gifts at D23, the summit schedule for Toybox schedule. We've got loads of information this week, just before the big week. This is probably the second biggest week of the year for Disney Infinity 3.0. So let's kick things off. Abe, how are you doing? And are you all nicely rested up for the week ahead?
I'm good. I'm a little stressed because I am a little I've procrastinated. I still haven't packed. I still haven't gotten my D23 haircut yet.
You mean you haven't been to Supercuts? I thought that's the official one.
No. Fantastic Sam's. That's mine. But let's see.
Mine's just done in the bathtub.
You're lucky. It's like, honestly, it's like every time I shave, I'm like, so this is what Roger's haircut feels like. Oh, okay. Anyways, so tomorrow, and actually tomorrow morning, I'll go to LAX, and I'm gonna be picking up Disney Nerd Dad, Bill Simmons. So, yeah, I got a good little week ahead of me. Then Tuesday we take off, and we're there till Sunday. It's crazy.
So you've got Toybox Summit Tuesday to Thursday in Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely. The summit will be taking place actually in California Adventure. It's going to be at Disneyland Resort. Awesome. And yeah, I'll be there from Tuesday to Thursday. And then D23, which falls in the Anaheim Convention Center, which is right across from California Adventure. And that's from Friday to Sunday. And Sunday is supposed to be the big day for all of us. So we'll see what happens.
So this week is a really huge week for Disney Infinity 3.0 in terms of news. The Toybox Summit, they're bringing in Toybox artists from all over the world to compete in the tournament. We're going to be finding out loads more about the summit. They're going to be competing in a competition. There's panels going on. We are going to be able to watch all on Twitch TV. So I'll go through the schedule a bit later on. So that's a big part of it. You've got presentations going on. So expecting we're going to find out a lot more about the nuts and bolts and sort of start seeing little toys and things like that. Obviously going to be lots of people at the event as well, because it's open up for all the Disney Infinity fans that have got special tickets to go. You're going to be there for media. We've got Travis there, Disney Narrative. We've got quite a few people from DisKingdom there representing us and going to be giving us updates. So we're going to have lots of stuff on our Facebook group. We're going to try and get stuff up on the YouTube channel. We're going to be trying to get stuff up on the website. So we've got a very busy week ahead. I'm going to be control back here, just saying, I'm suddenly it all back.
You'll be supervising from your computer screen.
So it's going to be a really big week. And then, of course, we've got the D23 Expo. We're going to be finding out lots of new stuff. There's loads of presentations with Disney as a whole. But obviously, the big presentation takes place at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. We're going to pretty much think we can just kick straight into that. Disney put out a couple of sort of bits and pieces this week, including news that there is a special exclusive free gift that will be at the event for the people, which is kind of interesting. The word they keep using is this word free gift. And also they've announced that there's going to be 3 new characters announced at D23 at the presentation. So first off, let's start off with that free gift that everything's been sort of floating around with. At D23 2013, they gave away like a variant version of Sorcerer Mickey. What do you think it's going to be? Because it says gift, and that's what keeps throwing me off.
Yeah, honestly, I've heard different variations of this post by so many people. In fact, probably about 30 minutes ago, I spoke to a good friend of ours, Jay Bradley. He sent me a message saying, what do I think about this? He said, gift that's never going to be sold in stores. And like, wait, did they use the word never? And he says, yeah. And I'm like, so part of me is like, okay, if it's something like that, then it has to be artwork. That has to be the exclusive to that. For part of me, for some reason, I have this weird gut feeling that we're not going to get a variant exclusive to the expo. I don't know. It's just a weird gut feeling. I could be 100% wrong, but that's why I think that exclusive gift that's never going to be in stores, I feel like that would be artwork. As far as a gift as well, you know, it could possibly be a time exclusive figure. A lot of people have been circulating the rumor that it could be Boba Fett. Like, okay, Boba's going to be in the Saga bundle, but hey, let's just give it to the D23 people.
No.
I'm like, yeah, I can see it as possible, but I honestly, if I'm going to sway yes or no, I'm going to say no because it's already going to be in the Saga bundle. It's supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive for a certain amount of time, so it wouldn't make sense that they give it away at D23. However, this is what I think. I think they're probably going to give us one of the 3 figures that they're going to announce in that little post, and this is where my theory comes from. Last year they teased, even before the whole the Disney Interactive panel at 2013, not last year, 2013. They teased with a little hand that was clearly Mickey's hand that, hey, come check out this panel. So the fact that they announced it and they had this hype for Mickey, and oh, by the way, and just so you guys know, you guys get to take him home before everybody, and he comes out in January. So that's what I feel they're going to do something like that. They're going to announce these 3 Disney figures that nobody knows what they are, and one of those is going to be a time exclusive for us. Yeah. As far as the exclusive to just the expo, artwork, or maybe even Power Disc, but I doubt it. I doubt it's Power Disc. I think it's artwork. What about you? Sorry, pull out.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that because the word that throws me off is this exclusive gift. But also the fact that, you know, I know that JV and stuff has been saying he's really excited, and a lot of people said you've got to be. I think if it's an art piece, I think there's going to be a poster exclusive, an exclusive to that thing anyway. I think that's going to be, you know, just a poster's not going to be too much anyway. You know, it could be a Power Disc holder, it could be a special boxed version, maybe like we've seen like with the Rocket Raccoon and Captain America, a special like boxed version of one of the figures that is exclusive, because that would be like not coming to a retailer,
right?
So you know, you maybe a box with one of the figure, you know, like I don't know, maybe just Mickey Mouse in one of the special box or something. I think if they go down an exclusive figure situation, they're going to cause problems and headaches for themselves long term with it having to be put in extra games. Different. If it's just a variant with no just literally just sprayed over a figure, it could be a little bit different. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be an exclusive figure that's only available there, because it's just going to cause scalping.
Yeah, if anything, I mean, if it is a variant, it's not going to be a variant that shows up in the game either. It's not going to be like a crystal variant where it looks like a crystal in the game. It's going to be like Sorcerer Mickey, where it had the extra painted stars, but you can't tell the difference in the game between the two. But no, I don't think it's variant. It's just my gut feeling. I don't think we're exclusive gift, only available there, nowhere else but D23. It's going to be a piece of artwork, or like you said, something like maybe a case or something like that. Only reason why I say that is because they've been releasing this artwork with now embossed on it. Like I posted a picture of the Star Wars art that I got. It's embossed, and it says limited edition exclusive lithograph. So it's like, so that same wording is being used. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, and as far as what could it be, it depends on what we think these 3 figures are going to be.
Yeah. So let's move straight into that next bit as well, which is all part of the sort of D23 sort of expo. They have announced that there's going to be 3 new figures announced, 3 new characters announced at the convention center. So here we've got the Disney side with Olaf and Inside Out and Mickey Mouse. So they're definitely saying 3 Disney characters. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's not Marvel. So we've got 3 new Disney characters being announced. The question is, what do you think those 3 Disney characters are going to be?
What do I think?
Yes.
What I think, and I've been saying it everywhere, is going to be, first of all, it's going to be Roger's favorite character from Inside Out, Bing Bong.
Yeah.
It's I'm just kidding. It's my favorite character. And then the other 2 are going to be from they're going to be from The Good Dinosaur. It's going to be Spot, and this is going to be our first test 4-legged figure, Arlo. those are my guesses. I don't think it's Gravity Falls. I don't think it's Darkwing Duck. I don't think it's the Muppets. Out of those three, I definitely think it's going to be Bing Bong, and it's going to be Arlo and Spot.
You think it's Arlo and Spot?
And just to say it again, because a lot of people aren't familiar, Arlo and Spot are Spot is the little kid from The Good Dinosaur, and Arlo is the main dinosaur guy who is hanging out with Spot, and that's all from The Good Dinosaur. That is my guess. I'm going to stick to it, and they're going to give everybody a Bing Bong at the end. That's going to be the exclusive giveaway, a Bing Bong.
Right.
Sounds funny the way I say it, a Bing Bong.
Right, so my prediction's slightly different. I'm going to think, kind of because we've kind of already know one of them, I think, anyway, is Spot from Good Dinosaur. So it's not really a guess. It's kind of an educated top dot.
Well, we have to say it's a guess because nobody knows we know these things.
But also there's like two other characters, and I am going to stick my head out and say Gravity Falls, Mabel and Dipper.
No, wrong.
The reason I think that it's going to be them two was the amount of sort of amount of people that reacted to last year when they did not put Gravity Falls into Disney Infinity 2.0. When they did all the trailers, when they did all the bits. I think your microphone's a bit scratchy. Yeah, no, that's all right. Something there, that's fine. Yeah, so I think like last year when they did the Infinity 2.0 with the trailers and they did the power disc, and everyone was like, well, where is it? Then they advertised Gravity Falls and didn't put it in. So that was one thing. And then there's this other thing that keeps throwing me off, and that is this track that we keep seeing in the menus on the Speedway. We keep seeing Gravity Falls coming up. Now, every single other racetrack we have got figures. You know, we've got Frozen, Nightmare Before Christmas, Monsters Inc., Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy. We have got every Big Hero 6. We have got all the franchises are all in there, right? So if they're going to put Gravity Falls in, and the reason why they might not have shown it to us is because whenever you go into one of those races, they put the characters from that sort of license as people you're racing in the other 3 or 4 spots.
You know what, Roger? That's interesting.
So that's me being. I'm looking like, you know, it's like there's been a few times when we've seen the menu screen and we've seen Gravity Falls in the Toy Box Speedway, and that's my official guess is that that's something in there because they've not just the one track they've not shown us. It's the one track they've kept sort of they've quite often, you know, and they've. I don't know. I'm just looking at what we've seen on Twitch because there's been so much footage. I think that's the thing. We have seen so many footage of people playing the Toy Box Speedway, and they've been showing. So it's going to be shown it quite a few times. I've seen it, and it's the one thing that my brain is just looking at going. It makes sense. The reaction to Twitter with the whole Disney thing, with the reaction to Mabel and Dipper, there's been an outcry ever since 2.0, and I think this would be a way of making up for that, and I think it'd be popular.
Okay, and you actually tapped into one thing that I wanted to bring up, and this is the reason why I no longer think it's Gravity Falls, and it's because of this Oh My Disney poll. And here's the thing. On Twitter, you know, obviously this poll was on the website, but on Twitter, somebody would post things about like an update. And then you would see the creator and voice of Grunkle Stan, Alex Hirsch. He would actually be posting things up, campaigning for them. Say, hey guys, let's keep going. They're creeping up on Mabel. Let's keep going. Let's make sure she gets into Disney Infinity 3.0. Or no, not gets into Disney Infinity. Whatever. I said that and totally messed up my saying here. But anyways, so when he said that, part of me, I don't know, it could be a cover up, which again, everything you say kind of makes sense, but I don't know, but because he did that, I don't
reverse psychology, because then they'll try to work out, you asked for it, here it is. We've done it that quickly.
But then we've asked for so many other things and it's not there, so I don't know about that one.
The thing is with that our Disney vote was that it's so open. I think the thing is with the Mabel and Dipper is obviously there was that big like campaign and the robot giving it, and therefore it created this kind of Darkwing Duck versus Mabel routine.
Yeah.
If that hadn't have actually happened, maybe they might have been slightly down that thing, and there wouldn't have been so much buzz around Gravity Falls. But yeah, I would look at that as being a little bit of a smoke screen. That it's just, they could be coming, or maybe there's. But it's just my gut reaction is I just think Gravity Falls is coming to 3.0.
All right, and let's piggyback off of that. Is that all the announcements we're gonna get for Disney Infinity?
I think we'll see the figures for the Force Awakens. The reason I say that is because in about 2-3 weeks after D23, all the toys are going on sale for the Force Awakens. Toys are already starting to slip out into stores. There was some Micro Machines stuff and up in the Toys R Us in the UK.
Micro Machines.
Yeah.
They're back out again. Nice.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. And I think they're going to show off the figures because it's Star Wars. I think that might be it for the Star Wars side of things. I don't think we're going to see like General Grievous or anything like that. I think they might keep some of them back for special announcements. Because I got this feeling that they're not announcing everything for launch. Because I think they've worked out a way of locking stuff down.
That's what you think. You think it's locked?
The way that JV's put out tweets saying they're not announcing everything at launch says to me that there's stuff coming that they're patching in later, or the updates, because he specifically said not everything is being announced before they want to keep some stuff back. Which
wait, so when did he say that? That they're not
it's been on Twitter during Gamescom, because there's been lots of questions about Gamescom.
I haven't been noticing that. Okay, cool.
Mm.
That's new to my ears. Because I thought they were going to announce everything Star Wars, everything Marvel, everything, because of the way Hall of Heroes works, the way hacking works. But if they figure out a way to, patch things in and hide everything, then hey, maybe this is finally what they've been wanting to work out. So hey.
Because I think we've always been off this assumption that we're going to have a big sort of data dump like we had with Game Informer back in May, where we would just find everything out. But also, I think we've all been like, well, as all the time we've got those Hall of Heroes, we've got to find out. Things are starting to slip to retailers. I think Infinity Inquirer posted a box of all the power discs arriving at stores. This stuff is this close. If they haven't locked down that Hall of Heroes, it's very, very dangerous timing if they haven't got it all out yet.
Absolutely.
So I'm still thinking we'll find out a little bit about. But I'm still not sure on the Marvel side. I'm still thinking they might be holding out on us.
Wow. Well, whatever it is, I know it's going to be exciting. Everybody's looking forward to it, and we'll try to get as much coverage from that as possible.
Right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just read out some of the guesses that we've had up on our Infinity and Beyond group, because we've been having a bit of fun with it over there. So let's just give a few ideas on these three. So Chuck Robinson went with the three Bs: Beast, Bell, and Bing Bong.
Yeah.
I also Hector wanted Pocahontas, Arlo, and Bing Bong. So okay.
Bing Bong's popular.
Yeah. Felix went for hopefully Wally, Eve, and Pooh Bear. Could be, but that's definitely out in the things. Roberto went for Gravity Falls. Let's see who else we've. John Meyer put Goofy, Oswald, and Figment. And let's see who else we've got. Trying to find everyone. Joshua went for Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Nathan went for Bing Bong, Goofy, and Genie. Let's see who else have we got here. Trying to see of them all. No, Fantastic Four. That's definitely not going to be happening. A little bit. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. That's that one there, and I had another one down here. So Jeremiah went for Darkwing Duck and Mabel and Dipper. He also went for Merlin, Kermit, and the kid from Good Dinosaur. That was Matthew. That's his guesses. Kenneth went for Dipple, Mabel, and Spot. So he went for the same ones as I did. Jonathan, Mabel, Darkwing Duck, and Baloo. You went for Bing Bong, Arlo, and Spots. Jason went for Belle, Beast, and Gaston. Ron went for Honey Lemon, Go-Go Tomago, and Fredzilla. David went slightly, could be Marvel characters. He went for Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, but he's hoping for Robin Hood. And let's see. Oh, and then we got Jay's
Jay's novel, which is all just Mabel and Dipper. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds good. No, that's yes. He went Mabel and Dipper as well. So no, that's cool. Like I said, lots of different things. That I did keep seeing the same names coming up.
Oh, he said Sora too, by the way, which I don't see it ever happening.
Who?
Jay's novel. He said Mabel Dipper, and the third one would be Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
I think Disney actually own. Apparently, don't they own the Sora and stuff? Anyway, it's been a really big My Disney sort of our Disney Infinity
Quest. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. I think Sora could be a good tie-in for the other game, maybe in 4.0, depending on when Kingdom Hearts comes out. If we're going to see it this decade,
maybe it could be. Maybe Kingdom Hearts could be like Amiibo, where it'll have a function where you can put an Infinity figure down and you can play that character in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, let's just say I don't think Square Enix need any reason to delay the game anymore.
Yeah. I know, definitely.
Yeah. So there we go. So that is the 3 predictions for the D23 presentation. I think like you said, we're going to get lots of information at D23 at that. So I think that's going to be the big kind of they could just turn around and go, oh well, we know we said 3, well we'll give you a load more, but who knows? I don't know. It's just it's going to be an interesting week.
Agreed.
Right. So let's move on to our next subject of the day. Right. So our next subject is going to be yesterday. Information came up onto some of the retailers, including GameStop, that we know some information on Wave 2 and Wave 3 of Disney Infinity 3.0. Wave 2 kind of was already out there, I think, which was Rise of the Empire, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, and Han Solo. And the Power Disc Pack for Star Wars, the original classic ones, they are going to be out. Let me just bring up GameStop here for us all. So, because they put their information up. I'm just trying to think when it was. Because in the UK, they're slightly later. They're out. I think it's the 2nd of October. I think it's the 28th of September, isn't it, for you guys in the US?
That is accurate. Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, so they put that. So they're all available now for pre-order. So here we go. You can see here, 29th of September is the Rise Against the playset. It is a part of the Saga bundle if you get that. So it's especially out for here. And then we've got Wave 3, which is going to include Darth Maul. He's going to be out on the 3rd of November. And so is going to be Ultron. And finally, there also will be Hulkbuster. So these characters, all 3 of them are going to be what we were now essentially calling Wave 3. So here we've got Hulkbuster, and then we've got, these are Wave 2. So it's quite interesting now that we've got 3 waves of figures. And like I said, so we've already seen these nice new Hulkbuster and Ultron packaging. Interesting again that Hulkbuster box looks huge. Looks like a quarter of this bigger than the Ultron box.
I like that they're using blue this time for them. Like, it sticks to the same blue that we had for them for 2.0, but the fact that they're using blue here to go with the way the design is for everybody, I like it. It looks good.
But also it allows for you've got the purple for the Disney side and the red for the Star Wars. They do look slightly different.
Yeah.
Kind of a sort of, I would want to say like a subconscious difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, Hulkbuster still looks great. I love the packaging for this. It just, I think in general, but I think what's really kind of getting everyone is we still don't know very much more about the Marvel side. I think with playsets coming, I don't think it's coming this year. I think we're into early November for pre-orders. I'll be surprised if and then you're gonna have Force Awakens in November, December. I'm thinking we might see it next year. You?
I'm completely lost at this point. I mean, especially if they're able to hide it and patch it in, then yeah, I will be with you on that point. As far as release goes, let's say if they did announce everything at D23, I still think release will be later. I think Force Awakens will be early December, and I think Marvel will probably early December as well. I don't think they're going to wait to announce a playset until after the year. If they do, it'll probably be maybe this rumored possibility of more playsets, like the rumors or the speculation that we had was Zootopia, which would make sense. I don't know. It's next year for Marvel. It just sounds so far away, but hey, it could be.
It could tie in more with the Civil War and give them maybe a boost in another quarter. It'd be definitely stretching things out a little bit more, which would be a little bit more interesting. They always did. I mean, we've known about Hulkbuster and Ultron since May, and they've definitely been saying, and they've said quite a few times, that these are going to be available before the playset comes out, which is coming out a bit later on. I think it's a good tie-in for Christmas to kind of get Ultron while the movie's out, and people are still excited about Age of Ultron, because I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, it makes sense to release Ultron and Hulkbuster around that time, because that's probably when the DVD and Blu-ray will be out.
September.
So you'll have those available for Christmas as well as the movie.
Yeah.
But as far as the playset goes, which probably won't have a big dominance or Age of Ultron dominance story-wise. So who knows? Yeah, it's all up in the air now. I'm just hoping to get answers at D23, hopefully.
What I am liking already is I'm liking this idea that we've got, in August, we've got Wave, the initial launch wave. So we've got 2 play sets. We've got a load of Disney Toy Box only characters. So no Marvel for a couple of months. And then you're going to have, the Rise of the Empire and a few figures coming out at the end of September, beginning of October. Got a couple of power discs. Nicely spread out. I mean, obviously, if you get the Rise of the Empire one, so like for me, suddenly then like Han and Chewie and Darth Vader are getting like a month later, and then a month later after that, are then getting Darth Maul, Ultron, and Hulkbuster. And I'm quite liking this idea that if they're trying to spread it out, because if they're doing the amount of figures that they're planning, that we seem to be thinking is coming, I think having them a month apart is probably a good idea. Give people a check, because if they did all this on one big, huge dump at the beginning, it would be a hell of a lot. So I'm liking this kind of constant little trickles and stuff.
To this day, I still debunk the theory of the 16 Disney characters. I debunk it. That display has nothing to do with our amount. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I don't know. I disagree, but okay. No, but I do agree with you. I love the spreading out. I love it. Skylanders did this very well. I mean, I think they had already announced Superchargers, and they still had a few figures to release on the store. And that's just genius. And that avoids Disney showing on their books, like a recent article you put up, that avoids showing Disney that they had a loss. If on the Disney Infinity side, if they're selling figures throughout the entire year, that's perfect, and it's going to keep us buying them. And also, the way how cool Hulkbuster looks, people are going to want to buy Hulk, and that's a 2.0 figure. So
yeah, I mean, I think this is the thing with 3.0. If they spread it out a bit more, because they've now got 3 different franchises all competing. Like with 2.0, we only really had Wave 1. We had a second wave of Disney characters. We then had the villains, and then we had the last 2 figures. So we had 4 waves in 2.0, but there were very, very like 20 characters, 9 characters, 3 characters, 2 characters. So it's a very kind of drawn out effect. Well, this seems to be, we've got a big bulk, and then we've got like 5 characters, and then we've got 3 characters. So a little bit more. I do like this idea. And I also think I wouldn't surprise me if we saw some of these Disney characters that we're going to see announced at D23 in that 3rd wave.
Awesome! I can't wait.
Because I think they're going to want to get as much out in this holiday season. They can't keep. As much as I'd like to see them spreading things out into Easter and New Year, Easter, they've got to get most of it on the shelves before Christmas. So, but. I'd like to see them releasing, if they get the Force Awakens stuff out in December, that would be nice to kind of, then we've got 4 months of new content. And I just love the idea of getting a playset or a toy box expansion game months after release, rather than because it's going to be enough to do already.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of farming to do too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that noise is on your head, on the microphone there. I don't know quite what that is. It's not touching anything, so I don't know if it's your laptop
Is
or
it
something.
is it me breathing?
Could be. You're just going to stop that for a half an hour.
Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next subject, which you've already kind of slightly alluded to. Right.
I did. Oh, yeah. Christmas?
No, not Christmas. No, we're just too early. It's the middle of August.
I was going to say Happy Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, we've got earlier this week. I put up some information on a story that had some information regarding data from Disney Infinity that they put out during a Disney press conference. They put out their third quarterly results, and there's been kind of a number of discussions on our Facebook group, kind of lengthy discussions between a few of us, kind of looking at the finances and stuff and wondering kind of what it meant, because in the quarterly results it said that let me just see here, lower operating income was primarily due to lower results for Disney Infinity and decreased sales of the console game catalog title, partially offset by the continued success of Zum Zum. The decrease from Disney Infinity was due to decreased unit sales and lower averaging net effective pricing, which generally was picked up by us and loads of other retail things, basically saying in the third quarter of this year, Disney Infinity sales were a lot less than they wanted. Now, there could be there's about half a dozen reasons why that was. First off, the game had already been out 6 months, and like we said, there was only really a couple of figures announced during that period, and the big thing as well is, we've been having quite a bit of a discussion really about what it meant, but there's been a couple of quarters where Disney Infinity hadn't sort of done as well as what they've told us that they did in 1.0. But the big thing here, and this is what I kept saying, was the fact that Disney Interactive still performs having profit. They still made money. They were still profitable. It's still Disney. When they look back at the way Disney Interactive have not made any money for years, they still made money in this quarter. Mm-hmm. But this is the big thing of what I keep thinking is that this financial year, they have managed to slide in 2.0 and 3.0 into one financial year. So when they post the final quarterlies for Disney Interactive, it's going to look very, very good at the end of the year. It's just, let's be honest, with 2.0, there wasn't a huge amount of buzz this in 2015. Once we had the Vita version and a couple of figures, but generally it was all in the first quarter of last year, with like sort of September, October, November, December. Those were the key points for that. So it's bound to drop off because it was an annual game. Mm-hmm. So I know, because this is the thing with, I know you had your own thoughts on that as well.
Yeah. See, the thing about quarterly reports, and especially Disney, they like to clump things together. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people were attributing, especially with that title, saying that, sales are down, or profit is down, or whatever. You need to look at what quarter you're in. I mean, we haven't had a brand new Disney Infinity figure since, who was the last one? Was it Loki?
Yeah, Loki and Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon and Loki. That's been a while now, and nobody else is buying the figures. I mean, unless they have a sale or something, or I know one of our good listeners, Spencer. He started with the PlayStation Vita, and that caused him to buy most of the Disney Infinity figures. So it's like, it just depends on the time when somebody decides to buy figures. And this quarter that recently was reported was obviously the worst one to report because there really isn't anything new. But then now you clump it with everything else that's going on, and it makes it seem like, it's worse than it is. I think if they reported just numbers based on Infinity alone and don't talk about, development costs and marketing and all that stuff, okay, I think you should report a gross and a net, and make sure you show everything, especially to those who own stock in the company, Some people would like to get a nice breakdown. Some people just want to know that you made money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I come from the finance world, and I would like to get a breakdown of my stocks as far as, especially if I'm invested in a company kind of like Disney. But to hear that Disney Infinity is down, I disagree. I just think that obviously we've reached this dead zone, kind of like we did in 1.0, where there's less of things to buy. Could it be less than 1.0? Possibly, because we do have some more competitors, but I don't think it's by that much.
But do you also think that maybe that the 1.0 starter pack had a little bit more longevity long term than the 2.0 starter pack? I think people were getting into Disney Infinity when the sales started rolling in, but I own a business and I do my quarterly results and I do my yearly things as well. So I know that I have bad quarters. If you look at my summer quarter compared to my winter quarter, my summer one's going to look a lot good when my winter quarter doesn't. You look at that. You've got to look at the whole financial year as a whole to work out. And sometimes the reason, like I said as well, with these last few quarters for Disney Infinity, they've got all the costs of 3.0 included in these quarters. So therefore, it would look like on paper that it looks worse because they've been more ramping up the last 2 years. They've been ramping up their development costs, which offset your profit.
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, you also got to look at, aside from development costs, you also have to look at marketing. You also look at packaging. Don't forget 1.0. The biggest advantage 1.0 had over 2.0 is that they only had one starter pack. In 2.0, some people didn't want to buy one or the other. Some people were confused and would be turned off because there was two, and some people would buy both. So I mean, you would think, hey, some people bought both. Like I know you and I bought. Yeah. I think you bought 3. Yeah. And you would think, hey, they probably have more profit because of it. And the truth is, those boxes and those game pads and the plastic, they all cost money too. It adds up. So I don't know. They obviously, you have your P&L report, your profit and loss, and obviously you lump all the costs that you have, and it's going to look like you said, on paper, it's going to look like it didn't do as well. But if you're just reporting profits, I'm sure Disney Infinity made good money. It did. I mean, profits do include your losses and your costs and everything, but I'm talking about, not your net. I'm talking about gross, everything. How much did it sell? How did it sell? That's what I would like. So, but anyways,
I think as well. It's just I also, and I'm going to be, I don't feel they pushed Disney Infinity 2.0 enough when Age of Ultron came out. I think it should have had a second wave of promotion. It should have been pushed back to the top of the forefront, because it would have been like here, because I always felt like 2.0 made sense because you had Guardians of the Galaxy and Age of Ultron, and even Ant-Man in some sense were all released within the 2.0 life cycle. And I never felt like with Age of Ultron specifically that they ever seemed to kind of push into that. It was like, well, there's a lot of games gone now. That was 6 months ago. We're not doing anything with it. It could have done with like a secondary push to tie in with the movie. And maybe that's what they're doing next year with Civil War. Maybe they learned that's what they felt they didn't do right.
Well, if they're all about releasing the product when a movie comes out now, if that's the goal that they've been looking for, it would make sense for them to release the new Marvel playset around March of next year. I don't know. I guess, again, it's just so until we have the game in our hands, it's going to be easy for us to know whether A, is everything going to be available in the Hall of Heroes, or B, did they finally figure this out where they patch everything in? Who knows? But either way, I think they've made plenty of money. The fact that they've had this huge push with 3.0, and honestly, the way they've done it with the public is night and day compared to last year. No, I think they're doing good. The games to life category is very profitable. You still got new people jumping in, so
yeah, I think it's gonna be very interesting running at this year, because, like I said, they've got the amiibos and Lego Dimensions and Superchargers. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Superchargers, I think they've kind of pulled. There seems to be a little bit more buzz as more and more people are playing Superchargers, and information coming out about the game, it seems to be picking up a little bit more steam. I think the racing element and the online play has caught people's attention a little bit more than all the traps did.
The Amiibo incorporation and not to mention the fact that you have the same company who did Swap Force work on this one. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year for the Games to Life category, and not to mention, let's not forget Lego Dimensions, which is the new heavy hitter. So
yeah, right. Okay, so let's shift gears and let's head back onto a different subject again. Right. Okay. So this week we've also, like we said, we have got the Toy Box Summit, and that's going to be taking place in, as you said, in California Venture, and you're going to be at the event covering it. But for those of us are not, unfortunately, at the event, Disney have put out some information on their there's going to be some live streaming going on Twitch. You can find them at twitch.tv/Disney. So here's just a big brief rundown. So on day one, which is on the Wednesday, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., there's panels and presentations. So these will also be available, I suspect, and they'll be archived on Twitch if you're not watching live, and maybe even they might even flip them over to YouTube as well at some point. But you'll find them in the archive section, past broadcasts on Twitch. So some of the presentations include Disney Creative Minds panel, which is what it's like to work in the creative role with the brands and characters. Creative minds from across Walt Disney chat about their video game experiences. That's that one. The Joining Forces panel, which is all about top-notch development studios to create 3.0, learn how each developer's expertise played a unique role in the development. We got the Spotlight on the Toy Box. The team behind the Toy Box are here to talk about an exclusive preview of a downloadable Toy Boxes that will be available at launch. And then we got the Toy Box Showdown live with the Toy Box mentors. The Toy Box mentors face off in a live 3.0 building showdown. A suggestion from the audience gets them started, and the two teams are off and building.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then we got Becoming a Toy Box Artist panel. 20 of the top Toy Boxes around have flown in. Hear a few of them about their Disney Infinity journey, what inspires them, and advice for players who are starting to build in the Toy Box. And the final one for that day is Start Your Own Channel, which is basically just all about turning over to industry influencers to kind of get the word out about Disney Infinity. Mm-hmm. So that's day one, which is very much kind of a presentation about Disney Infinity 3.0. This is where we're going to find out the nuts and bolts. This is where it's a great way of promoting to the audience, and also to people at home, and to the real toy box builders. This is about getting information out. I mean, this is a 3-hour presentation about Disney Infinity 3.0. We hopefully will learn some new stuff about it. I think we'll see a little bit more nuts and bolts of the toy box, and this is where they show off the toy box to all its extent. So those are those 3 hours. Then the following day, this is just for the live stream. It's the same timing, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The competition showcase featuring special guest judges. Disney will also be producing a new video of all the artists taking part at the event. And generally the idea, it's like they did last year with day two, is it's just going around and speaking to each of the toy box artists and showing off what toy box they've created in the last 24 hours. So that's the sort of the schedule for us at home. Because it can't be event. It's, for me, I'm going to be honest, this is great for me because obviously I'm not at the event, but I still get to see part of it. I still get to be part of the event and just get to see it and feel it. And I think the toy box community this is what it's all built about. Now, obviously, Abe, you're going to be at the event, so you might have you're going to have a very different experience to us at home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially being there up and close with the panel, just listening to it there, it's going to be great. And not to mention, I'll be a little bit more behind the scenes since I'll be having a little bit more access, since I'll be doing media work there. But no, but you know what? It's going to be a great experience because the fact is they're letting audience members be there. They're letting some media people be there. So it's like it's such a cool thing for Disney Infinity to do for the community because it makes them feel like they're a part of the Toy Box Summit. Not necessarily as a builder, obviously, but you're included, and that's so great about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing most of these panels. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I I love out of all of them, I definitely love, and I'm looking forward to the joining forces with the Disney Infinity, because all these great developers just jumping into this awesome, awesome journey with Disney Infinity. I mean, they got people coming from Studio Gobo. I mean, they got, you know, obviously a bunch of Avalanche software members there. I mean, Ninja Theory people there. It's going to be great, and obviously you got JV, who's always jumpy and bubbly with everybody, which we love. You know, they're going to have great panels up. I mean, not to mention, you know, they have people that are kind of like us, like Roger and I, talking about, you know, building an online presence. I mean, we're going to get to see Will from Inside Infinity there. I mean, or in Disney Infinity TV. You know, there's so many different ones, but there's just going to be cool presentations. And just to be up and close to the Toy Box mentors, that's going to be cool too. I know we're looking forward to, as definitely Disney Nerd Dad is looking forward to talking to Papa Echo, because he used to be a teacher, and obviously took this job as a Toy Box builder now, and so they can butt heads and share all the information to his journey. But the experience is just being part of the community. That's the important part. And no, yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I mean, you've got loads of big sort of names within the Toy Box community. You got, you know, Mighty Jidis, you've got Pirate Steven, CC Runner, Sonic Photo. You've got
a lot
Frank,
of people.
you know, Baroness. You've got like loads and loads. If I do miss anyone out there is loads of big names going to it. But also there's, like I said, it's that part of the community. You know, I mean, you know, we're doing this. You know, we're interacting. You know, everyone's interacting with them, etc. So it's going to be fun. It's a good community event, and I think it's great to see the Toy Box. I'm interested as a Toy Box builder to be seeing what new toys we've got to play with, some of the new bits, because that's, you know, I'm looking at like I said, as a Toy Box artist, looking at what toys I've got to play with and getting to learn a little bit more about it. And this is where I really get, because up till now we haven't really seen a lot of Toy Box stuff. Seen a few things like the spline tool, moving the toy around, etc. And a few bits and pieces. So that's what I'm excited about, seeing the building process, because we haven't really seen any of that yet.
And I honestly think, you know, obviously this will be an important panel for you for sure, because, you know, you were, what, two Toy Boxes short of being at the summit yourself. So
yeah, I've got to get the work going.
Next year, you are definitely going to be at the summit yourself as well, as a builder.
Yeah, I need to speak to the Baroness. I need to speak to Frank and work out a plan, because Frank, I think he got something like 23 or 25 Toy Boxes.
Wow.
I'm just looking at it going, yeah, there is no doubt about it. You've worked your
You're the guy to talk to.
So definitely some big Toy Box artists kind of. So I'm really excited. But I think the Toy Box, I'm going to be honest. See, I must admit, I think I'm a bit more excited about watching the Toy Box Summit stuff than the D23 stuff, because we can watch it live on Twitch. It feels more of a community. I'm kind of bummed they're not showing the main presentation on Twitch. Well, hopefully they'll record it, so it'll get information out.
Yeah.
But I think because I can sit at home and kind of be part of it, you feel like you're part. You can feel like you can kind of, you're there, or, you know. I think Disney have done a great job of interacting with people through that medium, and it just makes the community feel tighter.
And you know what's so cool about everything we've been talking about right now with the Toy Box Summit? That's just day one. There's another date. There's a day two that all the audience members get to attend, and it's just great, dude. Like the fact that you know, we get to see it live and in person, everything happening. One thing that I do like that they're doing this year, although it was fun to vote for Mighty Jidis last year, I do notice that this year they will have some guest judges, and they will be judging and awarding the winners of the Toy Box Summit then and there in front of the audience. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Because that's that kind of thing. I can see how putting it out to the public vote slowed the process down, maybe, but also you know, it leads, you know, to how that person come across in the presentation, how the toy box looks. Maybe, you know, it's something so simple as just what character or what theme. You know, if it's a Star Wars toy box and someone doesn't like Star Wars, they're not going to vote for it. So I think having it judged on its merits independently is probably, I can see why that might be a bit, and it depends what they're giving away. if they do another Oprah. Here's a PS Vita.
You get a deep bench, and you get a deep bench, and you get.
Yeah. So no, it should be interesting. I mean, really excited about Toy Box. So next week's show is going to be a fun show to be going through because we're going to be hopefully got Disney. Their dad Bill will be on here, so I get to speak to him as well if he's still awake.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I hope we get here on time. I mean, I'm sure we're planning to leave right after the event's over, but yeah, we should be here on time for you to wake up and say, "Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going there? They announced me tonight. Yep, they did.
See, no gravity falls. I told you."
I am so glad that the Infinity presentation's at 11 o'clock in the morning because that's like in the evening for me on
7 p.m. for you.
Yeah, it's just like the idea of it being. I was like, please don't be like 3 o'clock in the morning, please, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Because if it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it would have been like the middle of the evening, middle of the night, and it's like I don't. It's like suddenly I'll be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning just flicking on my phone. What have they announced? So yeah, I could go to bed.
You would not fall asleep. You would be waiting like, who did they announce?
It's not that thing like suddenly just wake up and be like, what time is it? What time? Oh, yeah. So no, I'm glad that they did the timing for me personally. So that's good. But yeah. So that is the Toy Box Summit quick roundup. Okay, so let's now talk about the very brief kind of Gamescom took place in Germany this past weekend. John JV was out there doing. I think he was doing some sort of backstage presentations. I know they were. There was a few videos and stuff coming out from there, and it was generally on show. Big conference in Germany, and I'll let Abe get in because he's about to jump.
Yeah, question about Gamescom. What did you think about the announcement at Gamescom?
Oh, it was amazing. It was the biggest announcement ever in Disney Infinity history, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, last year they announced Donald Duck. This year was nothing. Kind of surprising.
They announced that they ran out of what is it? Bratwursts. They were gone. Yeah. There was no more beer.
Bit of an odd one. I mean, I know JV, like even JV tweeted out, going, I've been sent all the way to Germany, but it didn't. I mean, I think there might have been a lot of presentations and stuff backstage and stuff, but Gamescom is apparently it's supposed to be bigger than E3, but I don't think it doesn't get taken as seriously by maybe like the American press and stuff because it's not in America. You know, heaven forbid Europe. You know, we are here as well.
Look. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just say, so no, it's it was a big game conference. There was a lot of announcements coming out of it by other Disney sort of related games. We found out more about Lego Avengers. We found out about Star Wars Battlefront. We found out about those were the Knights of the Old Republic. So on day one, there was suddenly I had a flood of stories, but yeah, no Disney Infinity stuff, which was a bit of a disappointment. It's going to be. It would have been nice, I think, to have got something announced just to spread out this info.
Here's two things I'm going to say, and one. I'm going to start it, and I'll end this conversation with it. There was a Disney Infinity announcement. JV did say via Twitter that there was going to be an announcement. He said, no, not via Twitter. He said through the Twitch live stream. And in fact, it did happen, and nobody saw it. And I'll tell you why in a second. The second point I wanted to bring up is, unfortunately, and this is solely my view, my opinion, but I think Marvel's a diva. I think we were supposed to get all the information, not maybe all the information, maybe some announcement. I feel like we were supposed to get Ant-Man revealed at Comic-Con. It didn't happen. So maybe they were going to reveal it at Gamescom. And again, I think it didn't happen. So, and you can tell JV's tweet about it not happening. You can see he even had a little sad emoji on there. Yeah. So you could tell Marvel is a diva. I think maybe they want whatever they want, the way they want, announced whenever. You know what I mean? So it's like JV has no control in that. I mean, we even saw on that Twitch stream that, you know, he had Mike Jones there, like, so now that you're here with Marvel, can I say Marvel? You know, like, you can see the little irony in his jokes.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to my original point, there was an announcement. they did reveal Ant-Man. The only reason why nobody saw it is because he was in his tiny version and nobody could find him. So he was at Gamescom, just nobody got to see the figure.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm wondering what they're going to be doing with like other announcements, because they pretty much, in all honesty, they've skipped Gamescom and they've skipped San Diego Comic-Con. They've just flushed right over the top of them. You know, are we going to see stuff at New York City Comic-Con? Are we going to see stuff at PAX? You know, they've still got other conventions and stuff. D23 is not the end of the year. You know, there's still events to take place later on, and you know they can't announce new stuff all the time. But I think everyone was expecting a little bit more trickles here and there. And I think that's why this expectation for D23. Maybe they put out that free characters being announced just to try and dumb down everyone's expectations, because everyone's expecting 16 Disney figures, 9 Star Wars figures, and 4 Marvel figures, and you know, expecting more play sets, and everyone was getting a bit and everyone would have been so disappointed if here's 3 figures.
Yeah. I bet you that picture will change come D23 to just one figure. Like, oh, sorry, we don't mean 3, we meant 1.
13.
Yeah, no,
I just hope they don't go for D23 and go, oh, yeah, we had to do the last minute changes, no info. And you're like, yeah.
So here's a look at the Trump figures again. Look at Sam and Cora. Wow, aren't they great? See, aren't you guys glad we made them? Woohoo. No, D23 is going to work out. Whether it's going to be a big, like I said last show, like a big vomit of information, we're kind of like iffy on that. Kind of iffy now, especially with that picture of 3 Disney Infinity figures, which I still want to say I told you so. I don't think it's going to be 16. Stop looking at that display, people. It's misleading. That display fits into the arch at E3. It's meant to be used more than 1 year. They don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on this thing just to use for 1 year. It makes no sense.
So there we go. I think that's pretty much.
There's my rant. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's looking at that there. Yep. We just a very quick one here as well. Last bit of news.
There's a quick one.
There's a very quick piece of information coming in. Yes. This week as well, we've got images now of the look at the Toy Box Speedway packaging. So
better image. That's right.
Yeah, it's got a nice proper image of it showing off it in all its glory. Still no release date yet. But there we go. So that is the packaging there. So it fits the same size as we've seen other things. So it's a Toy Box expansion game. It's definitely got the Disney, the Star Wars, and the Marvel packaging. I love the fact that they're actually integrating. Though there is definite lines between them. But yeah, I love the fact that they're all on one page.
There's a nice little separation there, but it's you know they're still one happy family. They just live on different parts of the mansion. It's okay.
Yeah, but it's also like, you know, it's good to see them finally kind of integrating the whole brands together, because we didn't see it with 2.0 so much. But yeah, I love the fact, you know, you've got Anger there in the teacups, Sabine on on one of the forest bikes, and then you've got, like, I love that you've got Vanellope from 1.0 in there. You've got Groot and Black Widow from the Marvel 2.0. So they're representing all the different characters. They aren't just dropping straight onto 3.0 characters. This is everything.
I'm loving Groot just strolling on that sports car. He just looks epic.
but to be honest, with him in that car, he really should be back around about where the P is here, because he's in the Lamborghini.
Oh, that car's so slow.
Yeah. and Black Widow really shouldn't really even be in the picture. She should be up ahead.
She should be like already. She's lapping them. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, I also love the fact you've got the Epcot. I love it's just like how they represent. Like, Epcot represents Disney. You know, it looks like Coruscant represents Star Wars, and then you've got the Avengers Tower. Just subtle little hints.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it.
But no, just really cool little packaging. Looks a lot better than the Villains Takeover box.
Yeah, that one's kind of simple. Yeah,
a bit dull and boring, that one. But yeah, so that was that. Right. So I think that pretty much that's all the news for this week. So nice big. It was one of those weeks we were a bit like, Or do we need a feature topic? Do we need to talk about something because we don't know what's coming? We weren't really. Gamescom could have either been really big or a bust, which turned out to be a bust. But there's been little snippets, little bits and pieces. Toybox TV Live on Twitch. They played through some of the Rise of the Empire playset. They also did a little bit of what I did like as well is in the new Toybox hub. You can. It looks like they've got like loads of toy boxes available within each section of the hub, almost like the old Adventures used to be.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite cool because now you've got more content within that hub.
Yeah.
It looks like you've got each hub section has like 5 different toy boxes or challenges that give a little bit more content. Because I think the problem what people were having with that's why they got this whole hub thing was people being dropped into an empty toy box, and they didn't know what to do. So that's why they got this whole hub thing to kind of keep people going.
No, and it's great that they're doing that too because Bill, Disney Nerd Dad, he actually put up a really great little subject on the Facebook page about how people don't really know how to download content or what Toy Box is. I mean, people would just go plop in the playset piece and thought that was the game. I mean, some people didn't know how to use it. So this hub is going to help so much. So yeah, it's great. And not to mention, I don't know if we ever did talk about all the YouTubers and their videos, but they showed some really interesting things coming. So, and the hub is like I said, it's the central focus point. So
yeah, there's been a few different videos come up. PewDiePie, Captain Sparkles, EvanTube, Stampy. They're all part of the Maker Studios. They all got sent out to Disney, and they all competed because essentially they are big news. You know, between them, they've probably got 50 million subscribers, if not more. I mean, PewDiePie's got like 33 million, and I think EvanTube and Captain Sparkles, they've got millions, tens of millions of subscribers. To be honest, it makes sense advertising wise. It's probably cheaper to just ship them out and pay them a bit of money for a video than doing a whole marketing campaign on TV. And I think you probably get more eyes on that than on an advert.
Which leads me to my next subject. Guys, ship us out to Avalanche. Give us more subscribers, please. Like our videos.
yeah. If you guys keep subscribing and liking our videos, we could be one day PewDiePie. On our current subscriber rate, it might be 3,220 by the time we get there.
So I can't wait for us to visit Avalanche when Disney Infinity 58 comes out. 58.0.
Yeah. So yes, if you are a subscriber, you're doing well.
We thank you guys. Thank you to all our subscribers. We appreciate you guys. And another way to help us, instead of sending us to Avalanche or anything like that, become one of our Patreons. And we want to give a shout out to all our Patreons who help us out to keep this channel going. We have a great shout out to Sorter Apps, and we have Magic Band Collectors. You guys are awesome. Thank you for always chipping in and helping us survive. How about you, Roger? Anybody else? Any other shout outs?
Big shout out also to James at Infinity Museum. We've also got a few other patrons as well. You can start at just $1. It does help. For example, even just like buying new headsets, and also just like even down to this week with like D23, etc. It can cost a little bit, with parking bits and pieces, tickets, etc. So yeah, it does all help. It all just goes back into development for stuff for the channel. So it's all just a huge help. And without you guys, it really does make a huge difference having that. So big thank you to that. But yeah, pretty much that wraps up this week's show. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you listen to the audio version there. Like us, check us out at DisKingdom.com. Find us on Twitter. Like I said, this week is going to be a big week for Disney Infinity. Loads of information. We'll be getting as much information up on the website as possible. Check out our Facebook group, Twitter, YouTube. It's all going to be up in the air depending on Abe's access.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a little heads up here. Our video might not be coming up as fast as we want it to. we're basically going to be out there for a whole week probably without computer access, at least for me, because my media credentials aren't really necessarily existent right now, so I got to figure that out. But I'm definitely going to be there doing coverage. However, Travis is going to do everything he can for D23. I'll be there for the summit. I mean, we're going to do everything we can for you guys. However, just so we can get news out to you guys as soon as possible, whether it being pictures and something like that simple, we'll have Roger, like he said earlier, supervising from his big. He's gonna be on the grid. He's gonna be right there, just making sure that we're trying to give you guys the most information as possible. But as far as videos and stuff like that, you'll get those the following week.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just kind of thinking for the thing of Star Wars, that the bold guy with the. I'm just here we go. See.
Oh yeah, the bold guy. Or you're gonna push the.
Lando, come in.
How about get a ginormous helmet and then just move a little switch and go. Just before you blow us all up on the Death Star.
Anyway, guys, so thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and we will see you on the other side of the Toy Box Summit and D23. Later.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Woo!
Bye.
Cheer for us. Yeah. Woo! All right.